Every plant in this bed is trying to take over the whole garden like an invasive weed. I think if we weren't here to intervene, the perennial Egyptian walking onions would probably rule. They're to the stage now where their top sets are almost heavy enough to pull the plants down and take root in the soil, starting a whole new crop of onions and potentially doubling their numbers. At that rate, it wouldn't take very long for them to take over. Of course, the red-veined sorrel wouldn't go down without a fight. It's not only a perennial, but it's also reseeding like crazy. There are baby sorrel plants everywhere, far too many for this bed. And volunteer claytonia is creating a carpet of greens covering whole sections of the bed and growing faster than we can eat it. Each plant is producing seed for the next volunteer crop, which should germinate in late summer or early fall and provide salad greens through the fall and winter. This combination of perennials and annual crops that easily reseed themselves gives us a garden bed full of crops that grow just like weeds. And though we love tomatoes and peppers and wouldn't be without them, it's nice to have some crops that don't require so much time, effort, and attention. It's a real advantage to have a bed that pretty much takes care of itself, while at the same time produces a whole lot of food. Of course, the bed does require some maintenance. We do have to weed it from time to time, so to speak. To keep the Egyptian walking onions from completely taking over, we'll have to pull some of them up and not let their top sets take root. Fortunately, weeding out some of the onions will not only help other plants thrive, but will also provide us with delicious green onions for our salads, stir-fries, and more. We'll also have to weed out many of the red-veined sorrel plants. We'll give some away and harvest others whole to add to our salads. And to keep the claytonia in check, we'll happily eat them, seeds and all. Even if we eat them every day, there'll still be enough seeds for the next volunteer crop. By harvesting the more aggressive plants and freeing up room for other crops that we enjoy, we create a balance in the garden that better suits our needs than just letting nature take its course. For example, the many volunteer lettuce plants growing in the bed will do much better if we free up some space for them by harvesting surrounding crops. The same is true for the spinach, which survived the entire winter and is now growing beyond our expectations. We'll definitely let these plants reseed themselves. They survived the coldest Chicago winter in 30 years and are still producing amazing spinach. And we'll help these giant red mustards live up to their name by harvesting surrounding crops and giving them more elbow room. We first planted these mustards 4 years ago and have never had to plant them again. We let them go to seed every year and they reliably come back like weeds year after year. I'm just scratching the surface of the many weedy veggies we have growing in this bed. But rather than list them all here, I'll provide a list in the description below. Please keep in mind that many of these crops are cool weather crops that do well here in Zone 5 in our shady garden. If you have a favorite perennial or volunteer annual that comes back year after year where you live with little effort, please let me know in a comment below. Also, if you'd like to learn more about the approach we take with this garden bed, please see the video links at the end of this video and in the description below. Well, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, remember, you can change the world 1 yard at a time.